And in another blow by Mother Nature, thousands of landslides have decimated mountains, carving scars that will stay there for decades. News 13's Kimberly King starts her investigation in Henderson County as geologists dissect what happened.
If you're one of those people who moved to Western North Carolina intentionally, you can appreciate the beauty of the mountains behind me. But Helene and the floodwaters and the landslides that took place have changed that feeling for a lot of people. Geologists tell me there are upwards of 2,000 landslides that occurred after Helene. And tonight we're showing you some of them and talking with the people whose lives have changed forever as they still process what happened.
Oh my freaking gosh.
The dining hall slammed at Black Mountain Children's Home, Shepherd of the Hills Retreat Center, as teens in shock
You're gonna want to actually lean back and get tension on the rope.
Get rescued.
But it was also like ground shaking.
Kaylee Holden, a team leader with the Mission Youth Group, staying there, witnessed the huge slide.
We did think that we were all going to die that day.
All over the mountains, raging waters have left scars. Witnesses describe as a tsunami of rocks and trees slicing a path, mowing everything in their wake. This was the dining hall on one side. Trenches stretch for miles, those on the ground forced to reckon with the aftermath. Steve Hayo took us to see his property in Laurel Park in Hendersonville reduced to rubble.
Where this debris was a deep ravine. It's very emotional. I wish I could blink my eyes and make it go away, but I can't. Everybody said this is the worst thing they've seen in Henderson County. It came down from up that way. I would imagine it had to be moving at 50, 60 miles an hour, something like that.
Steve thinks 3 slides near a landmark up high called Jump Off Rock merged into one. Steve and his wife at the time were away.
This is the first time that I'm tearing up talking about it.
Claire Crook was dog sitting, grateful Steve had a premonition and had her evacuate.
If I had stayed overnight, that the dogs and I would not be here.
Insurance will only cover a fraction of the property's value because it was flooding. How are you feeling about that huge hit? There's no way around it.
At first, you're fighting for your life. What can I do? How hard can I fight on insurance? How hard can I fight with FEMA? And eventually you get beat down enough and you have to reconcile it that it's gone, and you got to figure out what to do with the rest of your life.
All over there's loss. In Yancey County, a home perched above the cane. This slide taking out a Burnsville woman's home.
I looked and there was just this massive mud flow.
As this thing came down, I mean, it carved away feet of soil.
Geologist Philip Prince is studying slides from this one in Fairview to the one at Black Mountain, more than 150 feet wide, with his boss, geologist Jennifer Bauer.
That's the one you can see from the valley when I was driving in.
The debris field even shocking veteran geologists who, after looking at rocks and special topography radar, learned this.
This isn't the first time this has happened here. There is evidence of older deposits from landslides that have come down, leaving boulders in the area.
The team with Appalachian Landslide Consultants is contracted with the state to expand the slides hazard map the public can see.
We would have been able to tell them that these buildings are on an old landslide deposit. We would have been able to tell them that they may be close to where future debris flows would have come down. The reason that we started this company was to help increase awareness of landslide hazards.
What's happening, folks? Geologist Philip Prince.
Prince has gained a huge following on YouTube.
And that's just these kind of chips of rock.
Armed with his selfie stick, he climbs to the top, educating on his GeoModels page. He climbed to the top of the one at Black Mountain.
You can actually see the entire length of it with the camp where everything ended up.
But back on the ground in Laurel Park, Steve Hayo can't afford the massive cleanup.
One contractor said this is over 6 figures.
$100,000. Steve says he's unable to mentally move forward until his property's cleared by Henderson County's state-contracted debris removal program. 6 months in, it remains frozen in time.
And this is just like it was on September 27. It's a difficult thing to confront. I'm still not through it. Probably won't be.